Kung is you doing some work day by day. Fu is a martial art skill. Kung Fu teach you how to connect yourself into the nature.
How are you? Hi, good to see you. This is the place we teach Wing Chun.
My name is Sifu Liu. I'm a Wing Chun instructor. I'm teaching Wing Chun and Chinese Kung Fu in central London. When I was 15, my parents decided to come to England. They want me to do some Chinese Kung Fu, want me to learn something to protect myself, if just in case, if someone bully me in school, this sort of things. Also, I learned it from Yip Chun. He is the elder son from Yip Man. So I continued training with him for nearly 10 years.
I think there's movies about him, isn't it?
The movie is about his father, isn't it? So basically, they hired me as a Kung Fu consultant.
Oh, really?
Yes, for the Yip Man 1, I helped to train, Donnie Yen. I showed him, the Wing Chun because at that time he wasn't really know a lot about Wing Chun. And also, I worked with Sammo Hung. He was the action director in the movie. So I trained all his stuntmen and also, doing the choreographer with him for the fighting. I always got a student ask me, they want to fight like the people, the actor in the movie. But it's not, because in the real life situation, we want the fight finish as quick as possible. But in the movie, if the fight scene only lasts for 20 seconds, no one will see it, right?
可以放到后边。你好。Cold 是谁？对，很冷。我叫释恒胜。然后我来英国20年了，你们也挺远的跑过来，开大一点暖气。我的学校是英国少林功夫太极中心，就是这个，学生他有课会学这个，然后呢，画上，就这些是学生画的。6岁开始，我父亲他教给我武术，然后后来去了少林寺，5点左右吧，早晨的时候，天还很黑呢，跑山登山。在中国有的时候，那是我们小时候练武术，你做不好，师傅真的会打你屁股的。偶然的机会留到了英国，因为当时来英国是演出的，我们世界各地巡回演出，然后到英国的演出的时候，很喜欢那个地方，就决定在这里开武术学校了。然后我们当时有20几个我师兄弟，然后我们就留下了几个人在这里。现在。当时因为英文也不懂，语言上就是第一大障碍，就给学生慢慢交流啊，然后比划字不知道怎么发音，然后拿那个中文注音，然后记上本上，然后就死记硬背，然后就是慢慢学的嘛。Eyes for your left eyes。有学生我教他功夫啊，他帮我补习英文啊，互相学习。
Well, I haven't had breakfast this morning, so that's. I had a coffee and a protein shake. That was my morning. I've got 2 young children, so really busy life. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yes. My name is Gabor Spenger. I'm 39 years old. I'm a full-time Wing Chun Kung Fu teacher. Because I always wanted to do a martial art. I was always fascinated by it. I was like 7, 8, 9 years old. So if I watched a movie, I was immediately in my bedroom doing press-ups and doing the karate or kung fu moves that they were doing in the movies. Association is Sihin Gerge. He's been my student since 2013, but we do know each other for a very long time. We used to go together to high school. It's actually a very interesting story because it's him who introduced me to Wing Chun. He's Sihin Raza. He's a second highest level teacher. We've been training together for a very, very long time. With Sihin Matthew, we have met in our old school in Bromley. And Sihin Curry is a core member of our teachers group. He's running the website and he's building the website. So if you need a good website, there you go. You can turn to him. Actually, Sihin Matthew is doing the same job, and Sihin Raza is doing the same job. So there is a very good crew of IT Wing Chun masters here.
Punch after punch, right? Every time when you punch, you start behind your elbow. I will teach the culture bit and also I will teach the theory and the practical bit. Here, this is a pin hand, and use one hand to control two hands. Pak sau, lap sau, pin hand. Kong is mean you're doing some work and build the power day by day. Fu is a skill, it's a martial art skill, it's the movement, right? So Kung Fu itself is combined together. This means it's got the Gong first and then to apply on the skill. So this is how I teach my students. I will translate sometimes, but I will also teach them the meaning of it. Yeah, for example, Tan Sao. Tan is like open a book. This is called Tan Sao. You open the palm and redirect the energy. Usually in Chinese Kung Fu, principle is coming from Taoism and Buddhism. In Taoism, we will have the principle when you got one, then you got two. When you got two, you got three. You got three, you got unlimited. When you have yin, you must have yang. When you have yin-yang, you have balance. For example, we don't want to fight force against force. This is why we need to learn how to relax and get rid of the pressure inside our body. So it's not just to do Chinese Kung Fu to learn the movement, it's learning how you're able to execute the principle into the movement. And it's like giving a big window for him to punch me.
Wing Chun is one of my favorites, basically as a security officer as well. It's good for close quarter combats. So it's easy as well to manipulate opponents.
I had interest in martial arts for a while. I like something that's developing body and mind with a balanced proportion. It has some direct applications, which always definitely nice to have. But I've so far learning Wing Chun and Qigong as well relies on being able to relax certain muscles.
Wing Chun is more relaxed. So with me, I have a stomach illness where I'm a bit more fragile with my joints and tendons and ligaments. So with Wing Chun, it helps me to be more relaxed.
I've learned how to control my breathing, find my neutral point, my central point, and control my muscles. It's taken a long time, so I've learned, which is really hard, internal Wing Chun. It's really hard, but I've learned to just get to understand it just now, even though I've been doing it for a while.
So 2 forward is not right, 2 backward is not right. It's only one point. This is called the center balance. And you relax into it to connect the energy into the ground. We emphasize using relaxation, but how to use relaxation to produce power, which is different to all other martial art. So the relaxation is based on if you have a correct posture, right? Whatever you give the person can reconnect into the ground, and then the ground will give it back to the person.
You want to demonstrate?
Yeah. Like, do you remember anything? Do you mind demonstrating?
Okay. Well, you have to punch me through, so I can block you. No, it's just like so never mind. Block you, and I chop you, and you will block me, and then I'll pull your head, and I'll chop you again. Well, this is actually my first class. It's a lot more complicated than I imagined. We see it in TV or movie. People are always like so natural and like really fast when they do it. And I thought it's not gonna be this difficult. It's actually quite difficult. And also I'm a dancer. So I did ballet, I did like Chinese fusions, but it moves very differently.
Grasping the basics is the most difficult thing right now. It's been 6 months and I'm still not good. Nowhere near as good as I would like to be. I'm figuring out the footwork, I'm still figuring out how to properly punch. There's no power behind it right now. I'm tensing my shoulders too much still. Another challenging thing is what Sifu Leo is teaching us, the internal Kung Fu, the elements of Qigong. That one you've got to really feel to understand how to do.
Tai Chi's been a long journey for me. I started over 20 years ago with a different club, and the Yang style, and then I wanted to learn the Chen style, and I came across Shifu, and this is much more harder art and more fighting in it.
After a week of work, I think it's good to come here and try to slow down, doing exercise, kind of slow, spiritual way as well. I really enjoyed it very much.
什么人都有，英国的呀、法国的、中国的孩子也挺多的。 中国小孩吧，本身的话他会比外国孩子会瘦小一点，他们就是非常没有自信，练了这个东西对他这个会有很大的帮助。自身修养，说讲武德，对，我们要教他武术的话，我们首先要教给他这个武德呀，这个尊重啊。学武术本身就是一个自我修炼的一个过程，不是说真正的去打架。我们会告诉他，因为这是一种文化嘛，不是说格斗。你要去格斗的话，你现在去学那个 MMA 啊。也有一些学生是以前学泰拳呀，然后来我们这练武术，练了一段时间，他就发现我们这个东西怎么更深层一点，就是说要有文化底蕴。在其中呢，会掺杂一些这个像中文呀、马步啊，我们必须教给他用中文怎么说。功夫，拳术的名字呀，我们会给他用中文给他讲。罗汉拳，比如说小红拳，就是我们还有七星拳，我们的学生基本上都会简单的中文都会讲。对，因为你学中国功夫嘛，你首先要了解中国文化。
I'm quite interested in Taoism, which is one of the main principles that the Wing Chun is built upon. Although we don't really talk too much about it in class, when you actually know a little bit about this background, it all makes a lot of sense, and you can actually apply it the way you practice and how you progress in your journey.
And I think generally you understand the way Chinese people think. You understand it much better by learning a little bit of their language. And I think the language is always open, is always a door to the culture itself, be it Chinese, be it Hungarian, be it English culture. When you say Yi Chi Ki Mia Ma, which is the stance, the character 2 goat riding stance, so we translate everything into Hungarian or into English. Right? So character 2 is like this, written like this in Cantonese, one short line over a long line. So if you put your toes onto the short and the heels onto the long line, that gives you the position of the feet. And the goat riding resembles like if you're riding a horse, you have to have your legs wide apart, wide open. But if you're riding or trying to ride a goat, then you have to obviously squeeze it together with your knees. So it describes perfectly the positions that you have to bring up. Some of them are going to school still. It's a constant improvement. You know, whether you're a gardener, a painter, or an artist, it doesn't matter. You'll find something that applies to you in Wing Chun. It's a very personal martial art. What is the sole thing that you want to change in your life? In my belief, Wing Chun has got an answer for every question.
I just feel like, confident as well. So obviously, I'm not going to use it to go and beat up people, but obviously you have to use it in certain situations. This could probably be the reason why. But overall, I use it for fitness as well.
I can tell you what really gets me about it is that you're totally focused on what you're doing for 2 hours or 3 hours, how long it is, and you have to be present. There's nothing more mindful than doing Wing Chun because you're going to get hit if you're wondering about what am I going to have for dinner or this happened yesterday.
I was Kung Fu sisters and brothers because we've been training really good, looking after each other, and we are like a family. Everyone is looking after everyone. Everyone put himself at the same level, no one higher, no one lower.
Kung Fu, the term itself, means hard work. Whether it's technical or whether it's a mental or psychological thing that you're improving, as long as you come into a class and you leave with 1% improvement, you've already done a good job. Hoi Ma, Yi Chi Ki Mia Ma, Gan, Guan, Hao Jian. Now Wing Chun looks after my whole family by me looking after my Wing Chun family. Every day my motivation is to come and teach my students. To look around you and to see that this is what I've created over the last 10 years and to see people getting master grades, becoming teachers and also nurturing other young people. This is the real motivation for me to keep going and to live my life happily.
我在这里教了差不多20年功夫了，然后我们学生长的应该跟了我有10几年了。14 years, maybe 14 years. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. He's all the students so far. 从学生变成了朋友，变成了家人。我们在休息的时候，我们有中国茶呀，他们会喝一些中国茶，品尝品尝。
I think you need to do what you like. And in this class, you have both, relaxing parts and also a bit martial art part.
I really love it. Originally, I just wanted to work on my balance, be a bit more disciplined to have to do something every week. And it helps my memory as well. You have to learn all those forms. It's a lot to remember.
I was born in Malaysia, so I speak English, Mandarin, Cantonese, and Malay.
Yeah, like trying to help people teaching your classmates with Chinese.
Well, not to that stage yet, because I just joined last week. So.
Oh, yeah. And also that the Japanese know that.
I actually liked Tai Chi when I first watched a YouTube video of a girl who did a Tai Chi competition. And then it really caught my eye. Her movement was so gentle yet so strong.
Every weekend, my son comes on a Wednesday, and I think he's coming today. Does Kung Fu? He does. Yeah, he loves the Kung Fu. Yeah.
Very supportive environment. It's so lovely. It really is. It's like a family atmosphere.
All right. Give it a try. Give it a try.
Vamos a seguirlo. Cinturão levantado. Seeing respect to each other.
The history of Wing Chun comes down from roughly about 350 years ago. So when it was created in the Shaolin Temple by 5 leading masters, it was kept as a secret. So you would not just open a school and teach it like how we do it. Yeah. You would just teach it to your son or to your cousin. And then finally we get to Grandmaster Yip Man, who is very famous from being the master of Bruce Lee.
I mean, before it was only Chinese males who could learn it. And now women, children, Caucasians, whoever you are, you can learn it. Because I think the soul in a human being is not about where you're from.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm actually from Hong Kong but grew up in Spain. I think that growing up, I always considered myself Spanish, but actually now that I go back from time to Hong Kong at the same time, while I'm there, I can actually see the comparison between how my upbringing is quite different to perhaps other families in Spain, and comparing that and being able to speak about that now with my friends as well. It's quite enlightening for them too. So a process of self-discovery, I'd say.
I'm Max Hills. This is my son, Ruben Hills. I've been doing Tai Chi at this centre for 10 years, and Ruben's been doing it Kung Fu here for 7 months. Just nice to share your interests, with your children.
I haven't really brought anyone, but I tell all my friends and they all think it's quite cool, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of them showed up soon. So they quite like the kicks and the jumps that we do, and some of the stuff we do on the mat as well.
You can't take the nunchucks to school though, can you?
Chinese Kung Fu is teach you how to find the true meaning in life, how we're able to get closer to the nature. Yeah, what we do in life is correct. Chinese Kung Fu is able to show you the path, because Chinese Kung Fu teach you how to connect yourself into the nature. But if you understand this concept, you're able to apply in anything in life. And also you learn how to control your mind and body as a whole.
So learning it, I didn't know that it's about nature, it's about finding a centre. When you're young, you think it's about kicking and fighting and getting the better of somebody, but it's much more spiritual.
I started this at a very depressing time in my life. Last year my mum died from COVID, and then my country is at war now. So I was very depressed, and I was looking for something to keep me fit, but also to keep my mind away from all of the depressing stuff. So Kung Fu actually kind of really saved me. I used to think I'm a very weak person. Also, I didn't have a lot of confidence. So when I started practicing Wing Chun, it actually gave me a lot of not only physical confidence, but also confidence to deal with confrontations, verbal confrontations, with dealing with various different people, in conflicts.
因为我会这个功夫，然后我从中国学了这个东西，然后在这里来，我拿这个功夫来生存，然后还有一个能传播这个中国文化，让这个世界各国的孩子呀或大人呀，他能了解中国功夫。这是我尽我所能，然后通过功夫让大家更了解中国文化。
2, 1, 2.
It came from China. It uses Cantonese as its main language traditionally, and we have to do everything to keep this alive. Lan, Tan, Jisombong. One of my proudest moments was when a young boy called Rupert came in to learn Wing Chun, and his father was just watching from the side. He had his first lesson, which is a free lesson, and he was from Hong Kong. And when I finished the class, his father came over to me, bowed to me, shook my hand, and he said that this, what I just experienced here, is unbelievable. To see that the Caucasian person is teaching Cantonese words, my traditional martial art, is just second to none. That one experience has already made sure that I'm going to do this till the end of my life, and I'm never going to leave the words alone.
I think my biggest reward is, I can see some students, when they first come, they are really shy, they have a lack of confidence and they don't know what they're doing in life, right? But through the martial arts, like you're helping them to build a personality. They will have more confidence, they will understand themselves a bit more. So I think this is, at the end of the day, I can see, martial arts can help other people and to build their life and have more positive impact in the society.